Don't.
Keeping it anyway.
Man, what up, Wolf? Man, I had to come thank you for getting me in the fatal four-way match.
Man, I appreciate it. I owe you one, dog. For real.
You don't know me. Paul made that happen. It's about time to show you some respect.
Yeah, I'm about to go get it. Then me and you can turn up at Clash of Champions.
We'll see. I know your brother will win. Hell, I win everything. Let's see if you can get one on your own this time. Good luck.
Huh?
Well, Matt Riddle is already in the ring, and here comes...
Hold on. Stop the music. Stop the music. This match has been tainted by blatant nepotism. Jey Uso does not belong in this match just because his cousin is Roman Reigns. You don't put me down.
Well, Matt Riddle isn't going to hear any of this, and there's bad blood between these two. It goes back to Payback, in which Riddle knocked off King Corbin, and now the fight's underway between Corbin and Riddle, and the fatal four-way match hasn't even started yet. We still have two more competitors.
Yeah, but Matt Riddle learning the hard way. You don't step to King Corbin's throne.
What do you think? I mean, Matt Riddle now backing Corbin up. The rights and lefts by Riddle and Corbin, and the fight is underway here on Friday Night SmackDown. Corbin had some very personal things to say about Riddle, and now Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, who ensured that Big E wouldn't be in this match tonight by attacking Big E and sending him to a local medical facility.
I think Sheamus...
And there's Jey Uso.
Pretty sure Sheamus thought he would make this matchup a triple threat as opposed to a fatal four-way.
According to Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Jey Uso's in this matchup. Jey's Roman's cousin, thanks to Paul Heyman. The winner of this match tonight will face Reigns for the Universal Championship at Clash of Champions Gold Rush. Fatal four-way match to determine the #1 contender. Here tonight on SmackDown. Look at the pitch, you can see that.
Cricket पे grass है रे. Spinners won't work here.
Who should be my captain? Hi, Fireflies! I bet you're just like me. Little down in the dumps because he lost his favorite toy again. But don't worry. Next week, I've got something that's going to cheer us all up. A brand new friend is coming to the fun house. Yowie, wowie, who could it be? I'll see you then. Bye. 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 See ya. Bye.
We're really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Can't wait to see what that's all about.
Hi, Alexa. Look, I'm so sorry what happened to your mug last week. I don't know what came over me. I hope you can forgive me.
Lexi, of course I forgive you. It's just
Great.
Fatal four-way match to determine who meets Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. 3 weeks from Sunday at Clash of Champions Gold Rush. It's King Corbin, who was just knocked out of the ring, Jey Uso, Sheamus, and Matt Riddle.
Jey Uso, a last-minute addition to this matchup, courtesy of Paul Heyman.
Oh, and what a right by Jey Uso. Maybe Riddle from behind. And remember the rules of the matchup. First man to gain pinfall or submission will win the fatal four-way. No disqualifications, no countouts. Uso now from behind, rolling up Riddle. Kick out by Riddle at 2.
So many interesting scenarios that could play out in this matchup, depending on who is victorious. Great balance by Jey Uso.
And Corbin now. Any of these men would cause problems for Roman Reigns in his Universal title defense.
A long storied history between King Corbin and the big dog.
And Sheamus and Reigns as well. Cover now by Sheamus and a kick out. Now the matchup got underway. A super kick by Uso, driving King Corbin out of the ring.
King Corbin now stomping on Matt Riddle.
And we know that Heyman played into this, but I think ultimately the power to insert Jey Uso in this matchup came from the big dog himself.
I agree with you. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns' cousin, basically said go out, and Roman said go out and finally win on your own tonight.
I think King Corbin was well within his rights to call out a little nepotism in this case.
Well, nonetheless, the matchup is happening. Fatal four-way to determine who will face Reigns for the Universal Championship. And Corbin runs right into a foot by Riddle. Sheamus launched over the top rope into the floor. And Corbin now with a massive spine buster. Cover now on Riddle. Jey Uso breaking things up.
Just in the nick of time.
But a clothesline by Corbin. Cover now on Uso. Both legs hooked and a kick out at 2. Sheamus and Corbin have had some problems over the past few weeks. An explosion of egos.
Two true alpha males battling for supremacy in the SmackDown locker room. Now both Corbin. This is a pretty smart decision. At least a temporary alliance between Sheamus and King Corbin.
Yeah, you eliminate your 2 other competitors. You bring it down to a more manageable one-on-one matchup. And now Riddle up to the apron and runs right into a right hand by King Corbin, who successfully keeps Riddle out of the fray. The pace you expected here?
To this point, when you've got 2 superstars who prefer a methodical style like Sheamus and King Corbin, here comes the King.
And Corbin, though, runs right into a kick by Riddle. Riddle was ready. Corbin usually slides underneath the bottom rope and gets back in the ring, but he was met by Riddle. And now Jey Uso fighting back. Uso, of course, known for his tag team credentials.
Much like we discuss all the time regarding Big E trying to take a foray into singles competition here on Friday Night SmackDown. Curious to see what Jey Uso's capable of. Got Corbin in the ribs with that spinning kick.
And Riddle got Sheamus in the face, and now it's Riddle and Jey Uso's turn to turn their attention to Sheamus and Corbin, and that had to feel good for Riddle.
Ruling forearms on opposite sides.
Oh, look out. Oh, planted is Uso with deep 6, and then the Irish Curse backbreaker. 2 covers now at the same time, and a kick out. That would have been an interesting scenario.
Certainly would have.
Because the rules are first man to gain pinfall or submission.
It's championship opportunity.
He kicked out at 2. I'm looking at the shoulders.
And now Sheamus shuts Corbin up as he's barking at the official.
That was a mistake by King Corbin. You can't turn your back on Sheamus.
Who's going to face Roman Reigns for the Universal title? Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. Sheamus, Jey Uso, Matt Riddle, King Corbin. First man to gain pinfall or submission will win this matchup. And this is Sheamus now with a suplex to Jey Uso, who was inserted late into this matchup after Big E was sent to a local medical facility after an attack by Sheamus when Sheamus drove Big E through a car windshield.
I think they're probably still picking the glass out of the back of Big E's skull.
Oh, and now hung up on the top rope is King Corbin by Sheamus. And the Celtic Warrior with a drop kick driving Corbin to the floor.
Sheamus now untangling himself from the bottom rope. The Celtic Warrior perhaps with the best opportunity to this point in this matchup.
And Roman Reigns used his stroke, so to speak, to put his cousin, that man, Jey Uso, into this matchup. King Corbin was crying nepotism, but Uso's in it.
Or did the big dog throw Jey Uso to the wolves? Because right now, Uso is getting a beat down from the Celtic Warrior.
And the 10 beats of the Bowden from the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Sheamus has been dominating much of this matchup. Could this be Sheamus's time?
You know how motivated Sheamus has been recently. Doesn't sit well that he came up short in his matchup with Big E at WWE Payback.
Well, he made Big E pay for it earlier tonight. And now, Riddle now back into the...
Right to the ear of the Celtic Warrior. The original bro. Nice go behind.
Oh, and then the...
Ripcord knee right to the jaw of King Corbin. Look at these strikes from Matt Riddle.
And Riddle unloading now to Sheamus. And what a throw by Riddle.
There aren't too many superstars in WWE who can trade hands with Sheamus and live to tell about it. But right now, the bro is thriving.
The bro time by Matt Riddle. And Riddle in a German suplex on Sheamus. Shoulders are down. Kick out at 2. Riddle fired up in this fatal four-way matchup again.
Exploder suplex followed up by this running penalty kick right between the pectoral muscles of Sheamus and topped off with a Broton.
What an opportunity for Matt Riddle here tonight.
Oh, beautiful. Look at her roll into a triangle. Sheamus in a lot of jeopardy.
Middle of the ring trying to lock it in. If Riddle can...
Riddle wants to sink his right foot underneath his left knee to really maximize this submission.
And Sheamus trying to block, but Riddle now delivering the elbows to Sheamus and trying to slip his hand under so he can break the grip of the Celtic Warrior. And Sheamus now going to try to power out of this. Look at the power of Sheamus planting Matt Riddle. Cover now for Sheamus to win the fatal four-way and a kick out by Matt Riddle.
Riddle was looking for an up kick. Sheamus a step ahead into the cloverleaf.
The cloverleaf, the submission move that Sheamus has used to his advantage in the past. And Riddle, will he tap out middle of the ring?
Sheamus could be headed to Clash of Champions.
Matt Riddle, who knows a ton of submission maneuvers and knows how to break them as well.
He's not breaking out of this one. Sheamus has this cinched in deep.
Yeah, and he drags Riddle back to the middle of the ring. And the question is, will Riddle tap out to the cloverleaf by Sheamus? Jey Uso back into the ring, and Uso delivering a kick to Sheamus.
Uso preserving the opportunity for himself in this matchup, but watch out, King Corbin.
Rolling up Uso, isn't enough to put him away. Kick out by Uso at 2. And now King Corbin went for the choke slam. Uso landed on his feet, kicked to the midsection. Jey Uso fired up with the right hand. And Uso backing it on up. Kick to Riddle. 1 to Sheamus.
Jey Uso putting down anything that moves.
And that kick to Corbin drives Corbin out of the ring. Jey Uso's cleared out the ring with super kicks.
Jey Uso needs to get one of his opponents in the ring to win the matchup.
Jey Uso, look out, looking to fly, and he runs right into Corbin. And Sheamus and Riddle together, believe it or not, assaulting King Corbin and dumping him over the barricade.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
And now Uso over the top rope. Everybody's down.
This is how much an opportunity to compete for the Universal Championship means to all 3 of these men.
And remember, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications in a fatal four-way match as Uso takes out Sheamus and Riddle.
Jey Uso sacrificing his own well-being to take down his opponents. King Corbin on the other side of the barricade.
And Jey Uso trying to fight back against the King, bangs him face first off the barricade. And Uso over the barricade, caught by Corbin.
No.
And King Corbin now sends Uso flying. Uso's got to be out of this.
Momentary sinister grin on the face of King Corbin.
And now Corbin turns his attention to Riddle, driving him into the barricade again. You got to pick up the pinfall or submission inside the ring. Corbin knows that. He puts Riddle back in the ring. Can Corbin capitalize?
Riddle's been in the crosshairs of King Corbin's ransom for weeks now. How sweet would it be for Corbin to end it himself?
And he might be for the end of days. Bro kick by Sheamus. Riddle now with a thrown asleep. And now going to head up to the top rope. Matt Riddle now with a floating throw. Riddle's going to win a minute. Uso with a frog splash. Covered by Uso. Jey Uso wins. He's the #1 contender.
Here is your winner, Jey Uso.
The stage is set. Cousin versus cousin. Reigns versus Uso at Clash of Champions.
Jey Uso with the opportunity of a lifetime, toe-to-toe with the newly crowned big dog. Are you kidding me?
Jey Uso answered the call.
It seemed as though Jey Uso was out of the equation altogether, courtesy of King Corbin. And just when it seemed victory was at hand, first, the bro kick from Sheamus. A bro to sleep, pow, from Matt Riddle. Riddle would land the floating bro that he so desired without taking into account Lion Jey Uso with a frog splash, punching his ticket to a Universal title match.
Let's go!
Jay, congratulations! You have earned your opportunity for the Universal Championship against your cousin Roman Reigns at Clash of Champions. How important was this victory for you?
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Hey, big dog, I made the family proud too. But guess what? Roman Reigns is locked down. Welcome. You know the rest. Woo!
Jericho earned respect tonight, and he did it on his own tonight.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but could the big dog be sentenced to lockdown in the Uso Penitentiary?
3 weeks from Sunday, Clash of Champions Gold Rush. The stage is set. Roman Reigns